I'm a former teacher. I spent years catching gaps in other people's kids, and I still failed my own toddler. And it was my fault. Not because I didn't love her, I loved her with everything. It's because I did what every busy, working, tired parent does. I saw the small stuff and I told myself they'll catch it. This video is what the small stuff became. If you have a little one right now, this is the one video on this channel I'll ask you to watch all the way through because I'm going to hand you the lesson without the price I paid for it. I'm Cherie. Let me tell you what happened. This actually starts before her. It starts with me. I was the kid with the gaps, little ones, a thing missed here, a thing never quite explained there. Nobody caught them. Not because nobody loved me, but because nobody knew where to look. And a little gap don't stay little, they stack. And somewhere around middle school, I had quietly decided something about myself. I'm just not good enough. Nobody ever said that to me. The gaps said it. I carried that belief for years, and it was never true. It was never about just being smart. It was about all the small things missed early that grew. Years later, I had a little girl. And I want to show you exactly what missing it looks like because it doesn't look like neglect. It looks like a normal Tuesday. She count 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, skip the number 4 every time. I'll smile because it was cute. She's little, she'll get it. She mixed her letters, and I think that's what school is for. Little words said wrong, little things almost known, and me tired, working, doing my best, filing every one of them under later. Nobody warns you that she'll catch up is actually the most expensive sentence in parenting. Because here's what nobody says out loud. School keeps moving. The class keeps moving. And sometimes we just don't go back. The 4 she skipped didn't wait for us. It sat there quiet underneath everything they built on top of it. Then came elementary school. And one day she brought home a spelling test. And I looked at it on the kitchen counter and I finally saw it. Not one bad grade, years. The little gaps from her toddler days hadn't gone anywhere. They'd grown and they stack exactly like mine's did. And here's the part that breaks me to actually say out loud. I was a middle school teacher. I stood in a classroom every single day looking at 11, 12, 13, 14 year olds carrying gaps that started when they were 3. I could spot it in someone else's kid inside of a week. And my own daughter was sitting in somebody else's classroom with a gap I watched form. I knew better, and I still missed it. That's how quiet this thing is. And the real cost was never grades. I watched my daughter start to doubt herself, start saying the things I used to say. And I knew exactly which teeny, ordinary, loving moments it grew from because I was standing right there for every single one. 13 years later, I had another little girl. And I made myself a promise, not perfection. I don't believe in perfect parents, but my promise was attention this time. I catch the small things while they were actually small. The skip number gets caught at 2 in the kitchen in 30 seconds, not at 8 on a spelling test or a math test with her confidence paying the bill. Because here's what I know from every seat I've sat in as the kid, the teacher, and the mom. A gap filled early cost minutes. A gap filled late costs your kids years, and it costs them what they actually believe about themselves. That's what this channel is. I don't teach your kid. Daycare, preschool, the shows, they all got that group covered, and they are absolutely wonderful. But I'm here because I teach you, the parent, because nobody on this earth is positioned to catch your child's gap like you. Not the apps, not the classroom, not the school system, and that is not their failure. They teach the group. You you see one, your child. So every week on this channel, I show you one gap, how to spot it and what it costs if it stays open, and exactly how to fill it in minutes you already have. No flashcards, no curriculum, just a former teacher in your corner making sure nothing slips. So if you got a little one, subscribe. This is the channel I needed 13 years ago. And here's what you'll get out of my story. You get to skip the spelling test. You get to be the parent who caught the 4 at 2 in the kitchen within 30 seconds instead of doing what I did. Standing at a counter years later, doing the math backwards to a Tuesday you can't get back, trying to figure out how you got there. Your kid walks into school with the small things sealed and their confidence intact, believing what my daughter deserved to believe all along. I can do this. That's the whole trade. My years of hindsight for your 30 seconds of attention. Take it. It is free. And I paid the full price for it. So, hear this one sentence this whole story comes down to: catch it small, because she'll catch up or he'll catch up is the most expensive sentence in parenting. And to make catching it easy, I put the 5 gaps every toddler has into a free guide. Stop guessing the 5 gaps your toddler has and how to fill them, with a 5-minute check to find your kids and the simple plan to fill it. Click the link in the description. It is everything I wish somebody had handed me back then. And I'll always keep it real with you. I can't go back. But you're standing where I stood with one thing I did not have, which is time. So hear me on this. You're not behind. You are actually early. That's the entire point. The gap your toddler has right now is still small, it's still teeny. So tonight, just watch them. No flashcards, no extra pressure. Watch your kid for 5 minutes and find one small thing they're almost getting: the skip number, the flipped letter, the word that's close but not quite. That's it. That's where it starts. You just did the one thing I didn't do, which was actually look. And if you want to see exactly what filling a gap looks like, start where most parents feel it first: the meltdowns. Because a meltdown isn't bad behavior, it's actually a gap. And on this channel, we fill those. That video is right here. I'll see you inside.